Hello, welcome back. Thanks for joining. Thanks for tuning in. Race recap video today of Birmingham Triathlon, which was actually about 10 days ago now, I think, possibly a little more. Busy trying to get the video out, so apologies for that. First podium, long time coming, but eventually we got partially all components to work in a reasonable level to get on the podium. So yeah, really pleased. Definite improvements made. I'll talk through each phase and the improvements made in each of those. But yeah, gotta be pleased. Absolutely brilliant day. Amazing. I've got super lucky with the weather. I don't know how, when it's been so terrible, the triathlon days have actually turned into really nice sunny days. So that's been a great added benefit. So it was at Birmingham Triathlon near Sutton Coldfield. So about an hour and a quarter from me now. So woke up, got a reasonable night's sleep again, probably got 6 hours in before a race, which is crazy for me, really good. Flew down on the M6, really easy drive, got there in decent time after the last one, which was very time crunched. So gave myself plenty of time, didn't forget anything this time, it was quite smooth. And yeah, got there, plenty of time to prepare for the swim. So the swim was, again, the sun was out, so difficulty sighting, but it was definitely, I sighted a lot better than the last race, and I felt like I pushed a reasonable tempo on the swim, but the time wasn't there, and it was actually a slower swim than Dan Buster, which I was really surprised at, because I felt like I swam reasonably well, and there were two that I didn't realise, but I was in the first phase and there were actually two phases. And I must have come out the water in my phase, probably, I'm not exactly sure, I'd have to check, but certainly within the top 10, if not in the top 5 out of the water, which for me is absolutely mind-blowing. But it wasn't a particularly quick time or anything. I'll put the stats on screen, but it was 150s per 100 meter, which even for me is not particularly good. So I don't know if there was a current or something, but I'm telling myself this to make myself feel better in the water, slow me down. But I felt like it was a reasonable swim. I felt good in the water. I felt confident, and yeah, from the positioning compared to other people, I think other people's times seemed to be quite slow. So not sure why, but I felt like I had a decent swim and enjoyed it, to be honest. It wasn't, I got lucky, it wasn't choppy, it was relatively clear water for me, so yeah, it was good, and it was only swimming back on the 2-lap course that the sun was an issue, so it wasn't too bad at all, really. Then onto the bike, which was interesting to say the least. I'll put the course on the screen, and you can see it's an 8-lap course on not even a open to cars road. It was round a park, and well, apparently Birmingham Council don't repair potholes in the park, because it was pretty awful. To be honest, with an 8-lap course, the amount of people on the road, and then with the added potholes, was unbelievable, to be honest. I'm not sure how I got around. My chain bounced off twice, but chain catcher did its job, and it bounced. I caught it and went back on fine both times, just by pedaling. So superbly lucky. And then how I didn't get a puncture riding a 23mm disc wheel, I have absolutely no idea. Someone snapped their bike frame on one of the potholes, so that just shows what kind of course it was. Probably won't be doing the course again, but it was certainly good for my bike handling skills to practice. But the main takeaway from the bike was that it was my first race following the bike fit from Matt Bottrell. Now I'll put on so I'll overlay some images from that and videos from that bike fit. It's really interesting. What a day that was, going down to see Matt. If you're looking for someone to do a bike fit with, then look no further. He's absolutely brilliant. Second to none, the best. People go from the States, people go from Australia, New Zealand, go to him. Yes, he's got a waiting list of about 6 weeks, but honestly, so worth it. Absolutely brilliant. And I'll show you the difference in my position. I will say that getting used to that position has been really difficult, and I have had to be quite diligent in riding my TT bike on training rides, which usually I don't do because traffic and things like that. I just don't feel greatly safe because people drive like absolute idiots. But I had got out a few times, and the first time I rode it, I genuinely thought I was going to have to take the new front end off, because I couldn't stay in position for more than 10 seconds. But eventually got going with it. Like anything, the more you do it, the more you feel comfortable with it. So eventually we got going with it, and it's certainly a lot quicker and a lot easier to put power down. Definitely, they lowered my seat, and I had actually had a bike fit before that put me in the old position, which he thought was quite scary, so I won't name the person who put me in that position. But my seat post was dropped by 35 mil. So yeah, the difference to be able to actually sit on the seat instead of the front of the seat, lay some power down, be aerodynamic. I'm really looking forward to see what it'll do on a, shall I say, proper course. Because that was the times and the speed just can't really be taken from that. I think it was their second fastest bike split on the day, a 107. So yeah, I can't argue with that. I'm pretty happy with that. But really interesting. Really pleased to get round feeling comfortable in that position. So yeah, and then onto the run. So I came in my wave, which was the 18 to 39. I actually got told I was in the lead. So I came into T2 with a lead onto the run, which was a trail run with reasonable. I wouldn't say it was a climb, but it was a decent incline on a 4-lap course. So you did it 4 times. Up like a trail, and then you came down a road and a turnaround point. So I just cruise around, to be honest. Pretty much I'll put the stats on screen again. 4-minute Ks, so wasn't absolutely blowing it, but yeah, felt reasonably solid, felt reasonably comfortable. Definitely had probably a little bit more in the tank. Got told I won it when I came over the finishing line, only to find out about an hour later that there was actually a second wave, and 2 guys in the over 40s category beat me. So I came third. But yeah, happy days, and hats off to them, because that is pretty outrageous at the age of I think one of them was 52. To be doing that at 52 is I hope I'm doing that at 52. That's all I can say. So fantastic day out. Yeah, not much more to be said about the run, really. I will say, just to end this, that the training focus has had to be adjusted slightly for Vichy, which is at the end of 22nd of September, which is the European Champs. But now I'm going to have to be a little bit more run focused, due to the fact that there has been a last minute decision to run a marathon this year, naming no names, Kate Barnes, to do Venice Marathon at the end of October. So and we only entered that like a week ago or something. So yeah, the marathon training block along with the European Champs training block has had to be integrated together. to form a somewhat run dominated training, which, to be honest, my training is run dominant anyway, so I will have to be diligent in still getting out on the bike and working on the swim. But yeah, exciting times ahead, looking forward to it. Like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, have a good week. Cheers all, thanks.